Hello, this is Money Markets and Motivation with Michael. We disappeared out of the screen for a while, but we are back. Stalwart is a word of the day: loyal, reliable, hardworking, strongly built, and sturdy. So that is our word of the day. We go over here, look at what happened in the markets today. Apple jumped up with, excuse me, news that they're going to bring more manufacturing over to the US. So that is a story. And Tesla is up. Walmart, Costco, Broadcom, and we have a big move on ALAB. We'll take a look at that a little later. So that is our news there. Let us go and see what the cryptocurrencies are doing today. Most of them were down earlier, but they are definitely bouncing. We got a sea of green here. So that is our story with crypto. And then we are going to head over to our annuity sample here. With everything at all-time highs, and if you're getting ready to retire, this might be a place you may want to place your investments. They secure your high right now, and if the market goes down like it did in 2008, it does not go down with the market. It goes up when the market comes back up again, and does not go down. It just keeps riding the stairs up. Beats index investing by about 5%, 12.58 to 7.57. If you'd like to learn more about that, reach out to me, and I'd love to share more of that with you. The pluses and minuses, and you can decide if it's a good way to move for yourself. And we are now going over to our charts. So this is ALAB or Astera Labs. That was IPO a while ago. Had a big downturn right here. This is a double bottom. So this would have been a good place to enter in the middle of the W here when it gapped up. It's been riding up, and we got another big gap up here today as it's up almost 29%. So that is ALAB. Let's go over and look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is up today, up 1.26% after pulling back to its 20-day moving average yesterday. And the equal weight is up as well, up a 0.5%. S&P 500 is up 0.77%, and the equal weight in the S&P is not doing as well, off 0.22%. So we got the Russell 2000 here. It's pretty flat, down 0.13%. And the Dow Jones, with that big move in Apple, is up slightly, up 0.19%. We'll go take a look at Apple. Apple soared a little over 5% and is up another 3.11% after hours. Take a look at financials. They're up slightly today, up 0.48. Take a look at JP Morgan, holding pretty flat right there. KBWB, the other financials, is actually down 0.19%. Let's go over to the VIX. I did type the wrong symbol in there. Here's the VIX. Tried to move higher and then it is selling off. Looks like it has filled this gap here where it gapped up the other day. 100% of gaps fill on the VIX. Here is interest rates. They did gap up quite a bit today, and then they sold off, up 0.57%. I lost my page there for a second. That is not the page I was looking for. Here we go. Just going to make sure that we're all on the same page. There we go. Here's the 20-year. 20-year is up 1.44%. It did fill the gap up here, and then it trended down lower. Look at PAVE, SMH, sold off and got back to its 20-day moving average. IGV software got a nice pop today, up 1.14%. And technology is up 1.13%. Aerospace, pretty flat. Biotech did not continue on their strong move, and they're selling off 2 days in a row. And let's look at the other one, which got above their 200-day, and they are falling as well. Industrials, they are staying at their 20-day moving average. They're still in a power trend. Building materials dropping. And we got a little bit of selling going in metals and mining. Communications heading up. Up 1.12%. Consumer discretionary with Tesla and Amazon moving. They bumped this up by 2% today. And let's look at retail. Retail's got a pretty nice move today of 2.27%. Well, let's go look at where the big money was flowing today. Just going to adjust everything. Stera Labs, we looked at earlier, that had a lot of buyers. Look at the volume over here. Earnings are up 238%. Shopify gapped up. Earnings were up 35%, and they gap up about 22%. Assurant, look at that nice move, gaps up and closes near its high, up 11.23%. Arista Networks had a nice move. They're up 17.5%. Pretty good volume here. 38% earnings growth. Stride gaps up here, closes on its low, still up 15.67% on earnings growth of 36%, 29% earnings surprise. Centrus Energy in the data center area, earnings jumped 16%, gapped way up, and then sellers moved in. SiTime clock ICs to provide silicon timing system solutions is up 6.56, and their earnings was supposed to be after hours, and I guess it came out pretty good, and it's up another 3%. So we have app loving. Their earnings came out and got a little haircut. After hours down 5.5%. Initially, they were up 3.34%. They were kind of working on a base right here, base consolidation. 98 is a relative strength, so they're beating 98% of all the other companies on stock market. The relative strength line is trying to move higher. It is not quite at a new high. As we can see, this line drifts down. We'll just have to continue to watch them as their earnings are due tomorrow. And I'm not sure if that's before or after hours. Hinge Health had a huge move today, up 26%. This is a recent IPO. Where to buy would have been the question. If you could have got in on the gap up, that would have been a good place to buy today as it just continued surging. And Avidity Biosciences up 26% today. Volume was up 792%. Look at that huge blue tower. And the earnings aren't out for another 6 days. I'm just going to skim some of these other, see if there's anything really interesting here. Lemonade is a recent IPO. Moved up pretty well yesterday, and it's continuing that continuation there. So that is where we are. You can see it did have a power trend here where the 10-day was above the 20 and the 20 above the 30 and the 30 above the 50, but seems like that has ended, and it may go back into force here with this big jump on earnings. So that's something you can keep your eyes out on. And we are going to move on. But before we do, one of the rules that we like to follow is take your at least 1/3, 33% of your profits at 20 to 25%. Take another third at 25 to 30%, and then you can let the rest ride, knowing that you've paid for your investment. And take all of your losses at 5 to 8%. That's how you build a very good functioning business in investing. So that is our story there. Now I'm going to close with our quote of the day. Here is the quote of the day. This comes from Stock Market Wizards. This is from the Turtle Traders. They were one of the great stock market wizards and they trained a bunch of, I believe it was 20 people that were able to succeed past the market averages. And this is from Turtle Traders throughout my financial career, I have continually witnessed examples of other people that I have known being ruined by failure to respect risk. If you don't take a hard look at risk, it will take you. Frankly, I don't see markets, I see risk, rewards, and money. So that's our quote of the day. That's our show for today. If you have a chance to go out and help somebody out there, please do so. And we shall be back here tomorrow. In the meantime, have a great Wednesday, and thanks for